In today's video, we're going to talk about one thing and one thing only. The only way that you're going to be able to scale your video production studio to stupid amounts of money per month. And that thing is leverage. As a production company owner, your absolute number one objective is to build a foundation on which the best talent can thrive. Most studio owners I've known over the years believe that they need to hire a shitload of employees in order to scale to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. You don't. I scaled my production studio from an average of $80,000 per project to over $500,000 projects without adding a single full-time employee. And if you're a studio owner stuck at or under $50,000 a month, feeling like you need to be doing all the work, this is going to completely change the way you think about scaling your business. If you're new here, my name is Adam and I run a consulting business where I help video production studios and creative professionals scale from $10,000 to $50,000 per month to consistent 100K plus months. I run my own production company, and for years I was stuck in this trap where I thought I had to be doing everything myself. I was the director, the DP, the producer, and the frickin' editor sometimes. And it took me a long time to realize I was being a complete fucking clown by doing that. Most creative business owners feel like they need to be the ones doing all the work because, well, that's why they got into the industry in the first place, because they love the creative side of things. But the business side, that takes a back seat. And that's exactly why so many talented people end up burning out at 10 to 20K a month, because they're unable to scale. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy I use to jump multiple rungs on the production ladder in an instant. And no, this isn't about working harder or grinding more hours. So let's talk about why you're stuck at $50,000 a month. If your portfolio is filled with $15,000 projects, you're not going to get $200,000 projects knocking at your door. It's just not going to happen. The clients who have $200,000 to spend on a project are looking at your work and thinking, yeah, this is good, but have they done any work at the level that we want? And this took me years to figure out. Not the fact that we needed better work in our portfolio to land bigger jobs, that was obvious, but how to actually get better work in our portfolio to attract the right jobs and clients. For a while, we hoped that the bigger jobs would just come and land on our doorstep. But if we're honest with ourselves, why would they? Your portfolio is your proof. And if your proof is all done at one level, how are you going to attract clients at a new level? So, how do you break out of this? How do you skip rungs on the ladder without spending years slowly climbing? That's exactly what I'm about to show you. So here's the game changer. You leverage talent that's already working at the level that you want to be at. Now I know what you're thinking. I can't afford to hire world-class talent. I'm barely making $30,000 a month. And you're right, you're not hiring them. You're not rostering them. You're working with them on specific projects. To a certain audience, this will be obvious, but let me break it down. The biggest agencies and studios in the world leverage freelancer and contractor talent all the time. Most of the very top talent are already being rostered by groups and spending most of their days building pitch decks to help them land their next big project. Trust me, I know those guys, and that's how they spend their time. So here's what most people don't realize. If you have a good project that's a good fit for these individuals and you have the budget to afford them, most of them are willing to help you land that client, assuming that they'll get the paid work at the end of the transaction. So here's how this actually works in practice. Step 1, identify the level that you want to reach. Don't go after world-class talent that's already represented by major agencies. That's probably not realistic for you. Instead, find the talent that's already working on stuff at the level that you aspire to achieve. If you're doing $15,000 projects, maybe you want to get to $50,000 to $80,000 projects. If you're doing the $50K projects already, maybe your next step is the $150,000 to $300,000 projects. Step 2, build relationships before you need them. Now, this isn't about cold emailing someone the day before you pitch. This is about genuinely connecting with people who you admire. Comment on their work, share their stuff, have conversations, and be curious about what they do. You're not rostering these people. You're not trying to lock them into contracts. You're just building genuine relationships. And there's nothing wrong with being extremely transparent here. I often tell directors and directors of photography that we haven't worked with before that I can't wait to work with them one day. And I'm actively looking for projects to bring them in for. As long as you're being genuine here, I'm sure they'll appreciate the compliment and the fact that you're thinking of them. Step 3, bring them into your pitch process. When you have a project that's a good fit and you have the budget, you can bring them into the pitch. You say to the client, for this project, we're bringing in their name, who's worked on impressive projects or types of projects relevant to this project. They'll be our director of photography, our director, or our producer. And suddenly your pitch has a completely different level of credibility. You're not just a $15,000 studio anymore. You're a studio that can assemble world-class talent for the right project. And this adds a level of credibility and trust to your process that you just didn't have access to before. Step 4, learn from them while you work. And this is the part that most people miss. If you're paying them, make sure you ask them questions along the way. Be curious, be a student. You're not only paying them for their services, you're also unlocking access to them. You're learning how they think, how they approach problems, how they work with clients at that level. This is how you can dramatically improve the quality of your work and service and your reputation fast. Let me tell you exactly how I use this strategy. A few years ago, my highest paying project was around $80,000, and that was our ceiling. And I was stuck there for a while, thinking I just needed to grow by adding more $80,000 projects. But then I had the opportunity to pitch for a project that was around $500,000, a massive jump for us, and something that we were seemingly extremely underqualified for. Now, if I had pitched with my existing portfolio and my existing team, there's no way we would have won it. The client would have looked and said, they've never done anything at this scale. So here's what I did. I reached out to a director I'd been following for years, someone whose work I genuinely admired. And I said, look, I've got this opportunity. It's a perfect fit for your style. Would you be interested in collaborating on this with us? And he said yes, because it was a good project, it had a good budget, and he was available. So we built the pitch together. His name, his portfolio, his approach was front and center, and we won the project. And it really changed the trajectory of our studio. But here's the thing, it wasn't just about winning that one project. From working with him, we learned so much about how to operate at this level, how to communicate with clients who have bigger budgets, how to structure proposals better, how to manage expectations. This one project changed everything, because now I had a $500,000 project on my portfolio, and that opened up doors to more projects at that level. Let's talk through some of your objections before you get too far ahead. Objection number 1, I can't afford top talent. You're not paying them out of pocket. You're building their costs into the budget. If you're pitching a $200,000 project and you need to bring in a top tier DP for $15K, that's part of the budget, that's not a cost to you. Objection number 2, what if they steal my client? Look, if you're working with professionals, this isn't gonna happen. And if it does, they weren't the right person anyway. You should always write up contracts to ensure that this doesn't happen in the first place. But here's the reality. Most top tier talent doesn't want to run a business. They want to do great work, and that's why they're freelancing in the first place. Objection number 3, won't clients just go directly to them next time? No, because you're the one who brought this project together. You're the producer, you're the facilitator. You're the one managing the relationship, the budget, and the logistics. Clients don't want to manage all of that. They want one point of contact, and that is you. Now, here's the biggest mistake I see people make with this strategy. They try to work with talent that is too far ahead of their level. If you're doing $10,000 projects, you don't want to try and bring in someone who's doing $1 million projects. You want to work with people who are 1 or 2 levels above you, not 10 levels above you. Okay, so here's exactly what you need to do after watching this video. Step 1, identify your target level. Where do you want to be in 12 months? What size projects do you want to be landing? And be specific here. Step 2, find 5 to 10 people working at this level. Go on Instagram, Vimeo, or LinkedIn. Find directors, DPs, producers, or editors doing the work at the level that you want to reach. Follow them, comment on their work, share their stuff, and start building a genuine relationship. Step 3, audit your current opportunities. Look at the projects that you're currently pitching for or the clients that you're talking to. Are any of them a good fit for bringing in outside talent? If you've got a $50,000 opportunity and you've been trying to do it all yourself, could you bring in a specialist to elevate that pitch or build that relationship? Step 4, make the ask. When the right opportunity comes up, reach out to someone that you've been building a relationship with. Be honest, say, I've got this project, I think it's a perfect fit for your style, would you be interested in collaborating? The worst they can say is no, and if they say no, you just move on to someone else. Now, this isn't just about landing bigger projects, this is about learning from people who are ahead of you. This is about accelerating your growth by working with people who have already figured out what you're trying to figure out. I know this might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to doing everything yourself. But here's what I've learned after years of doing this and now helping other studios do the same thing. You can't scale a creative agency by being the only person doing the work. It's just not possible. Every successful studio, every successful agency, they all leverage talent. They all bring in specialists for specific projects. So if you're serious about scaling your video production business from $50,000 a month to over $100,000 a month, this is the strategy. Now, if you want more content like this, if you want me to break down exactly how to structure your business, how to price your projects, how to build your systems that don't require you to be on every single shoot, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I put out videos every week breaking down exactly how to scale a creative business without burning out. And if you want to go deeper, I've got another video right here where I break down how to speed up the growth of your studio. Check that out next. All right, that's it. Go build relationships, go leverage talent, go skip some rungs on the production ladder, and I'll see you in the next one.